Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for the game we don't like playing. It's called, how many times was Clownfish TV right this year?
You don't like playing that game? Oh.
Not really. I actually
I'm
don't.
a chick. I love playing that game.
Well, not when people's careers are on the line. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the animation industry. And look, it's coming out that officially that a bunch of people are being cut loose from Nickelodeon. A bunch of animation projects are being canceled.
Which we knew about.
Which we knew about. We knew from people who worked on the inside who actually told us. I just didn't want to come out and say it.
We don't want to cause problems for people.
All right, now we've got people admitting to it. We've even got Brad Butler, who's the vice president, Paramount and Nickelodeon Animation, saying, yeah, that's it. We're done. I'm done here. We've got another guy who said that Nickelodeon canceled the show at Titmouse. Now, Titmouse is an animation house, and they're pretty well known, and that has been canceled. It's not looking good. I mean, it really is not looking good. We got some other examples, but if you go out to the animation career subreddit, you go out to any of these subreddits, things are bad, and people are getting really depressed about the situation. And I think a lot of studios are, not spending on animation right now until they see where things are at. Or they're only betting on.
Lying.
We've been lying. Clownfish TV is lying to you. Everything's fine, guys. No, here we have this guy who worked on Animaniacs. I think is this the new one? I don't know. He went and started a game company.
Good.
Because he's like, things are tough. Things are very tough right now. And they're doing what they can do. We covered a video from another animation industry vet. God, we probably covered 3 or 4 of them. They're all saying this is the worst things have been in the entire time that we've been doing this. And I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. We said people are coming to us and they're saying, hey, things are really damn bad now, but they have to keep cranking out SCAD grads. It sounds weird every time I say it, and promising these kids that there's all kinds of job opportunities, and there just is not. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to Kickstarter. You can back Geeky's pins, her Christmas pins on Kickstarter for a little bit longer yet. We're going to leave this open until we basically run out of pins.
I think we're probably shut it off here pretty soon.
Yeah, a few days we're going to shut it off. But if you want to get in before we close it down, check it out on Kickstarter. You can do late pledges. Unfortunately, you cannot add to your order at this point because if you've already backed it because of the way Kickstarter works. I don't know. We'll have to keep that in mind going forward. So thank you so much for the support. Yeah, it's bad. This is Brad Butler, and this was sent to me by somebody working in the animation industry. I don't know if they want me to say who, so I'm not going to. You know who you are, but this was on LinkedIn. Vice President, Paramount and Nickelodeon Animation. Last week, Paramount had another round of layoffs, and this time I was one of them. And this is their animation head, too. They fired. I remember they fired her, too.
Yeah.
To say I'm grateful for the opportunity would be an understatement. For my first day at Paramount Animation, everyone graciously welcomed me, a live action guy with open arms into the animation community. He worked on the Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, among other things, which I don't know how that did. I'm going to be honest. There was a lot of brouhaha around that because of April O'Neil, but I don't know how it did financially. But I think they're going to clean house and they're going to bring in Skydance people. Oh, yeah, he worked on Transformers 1. Oh, boy. Well, that was a huge dud.
That was his career highlight?
That was his career highlight? Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Not saying it's a bad movie, but it was a huge, huge flop. In the meantime, if you hear of any senior development or production opportunities in live action or animation, please let me know. Also, if we work together, drop me a line, say hello.
He at least has the opportunity to go back to live action.
Yes,
a lot of people don't have that opportunity. He still can go do that.
Yeah, and again, I'm not happy. I want to be very clear. Unless somebody is a complete and total asshole and is out there antagonizing people, and the industry or whatever industry it is would be better off if that person wasn't in it, I'm not happy about people getting laid off. Even if I don't like what they make, right?
No,
Even
we saw it coming, though. We kept telling you, here are some steps you can do to try to make it better for yourself or to consider. And oh, my God. How dare you? How dare you tell us the truth that we don't want to hear and tell us possible things we could do to help ourselves? Oh, my gosh. You are literally worse than Satan.
You are Satan and Hitler together. If Satan and Hitler did it and
oh, my God, you're almost as bad as Trump.
You're almost Trump. Yeah. Oh, that was the whole thing, too. It's like, of course, they're all Trump thumpers. And it's like, oh, for God's
We're not even.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's right. That's right. Everybody I don't like is a Nazi, and everybody trying to tell you how things actually work is a Nazi.
We know, blah, blah, blah.
Fascist, blah, blah.
Okay, and here we are.
Here we are.
Emperor was not wearing clothes, as we said, and y'all look stupid.
Nickelodeon show canceled at Titmouse, coming from Reddit. Layoffs of entire departments. I saw on LinkedIn there was a show canceled that a show cancellation Nickelodeon canceled. Everyone was suddenly laid off. Do you know what happened? Quote from LinkedIn: with a very heavy heart, I have to share some sad news. The show my team and I were about to start has been suddenly canceled. The entire crew was laid off, myself included. It's truly heartbreaking to see such a talented group of artists lose their jobs. I've been working with the same team for years. They're without a doubt the most skilled, humble, and dedicated group of people I've ever had the privilege of working with. Again, the layoffs are coming, and they're not sparing anyone. We've got people that have been working in the industry for decades.
Doesn't matter if you're really good. Doesn't matter if you're really humble. Doesn't matter if you're awesome.
Yep.
They don't care.
They don't care. Yeah. So it's basically everybody in animation, people that have a lot more experience than these recent grads that spend all day on Blue Sky, they're scrambling looking for jobs. So you're going to have to compete with those people.
Yeah, well, that happened like when you went to DC, and the editor there said, "Here's a pile of people that are established that have been doing this for years, and they need work." You have to be exceptionally amazing for us to even consider bringing you in now.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of backstory here. So I did work in comics professionally for years, and I actually gave up on trying to break into comics, and Geeky talked me into doing it again. But when I was trying to break into comics, I got an interview at DC Comics, and this would have been in the late 90s, and the comic book industry, the Marvel DC comic book industry mainstream collapsed. There was the bubble burst, speculator market, and they were cutting back on the number of books they were doing. And they're still doing, even back then, they were doing considerably better than they are now. Mm-hmm. But
you're not allowed to say that. Somebody's head's going to explode.
Somebody's head's going to explode. So
he rhymes with yak.
Yak.
Anyway.
Yakety yak. Anyway, so I go to New York. I have the interview. I talked with Mike Carlin. Actually, he was I thought he was all right. Some people don't like him that much because he's very gruff, but I thought he was okay. I preferred his honesty.
Yeah, I would say you prefer people being honest and straight with you.
Yeah, because I was working at that point in time. I'd already been working for newspapers and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I prefer him being a straight shooter because I know how it goes, right? But he's probably used to dealing with these sensitive artist types. But he handed me some Art Adams pages, and I still remember it was the Justice League story where the Justice League turned into apes, because Art Adams likes to draw gorillas, right? So they all turned into apes. And so I'm holding these like Art Adams originals in my hand. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna mess these up so bad. But no, he handed me like a stack of them. He's like, look, he's like, you're okay. You've got potential. He's like 5-6 years ago, we probably would have hired you. But he said, here's the truth. The truth is things are bad right now. And guys like Art Adams are having a hard time getting work. And this is Art Adams, who's like a freaking legend. And he's like, you're competing with some of the best at this point. And that's kind of what's going on right now with the animation and video games, all this. You've got these really talented veterans out there that are proven. They have proven track records, and they're competing for the same jobs that you are. And yeah, 5 or 10 years ago, it was really easy to walk into Cartoon Network or Netflix or whatever because they're buying whatever.
Well, they have proven track records of doing shows, and they're not getting their shows picked up. They're having to go out and crowdfund or find ways to get their own stuff out there. And they're telling you to do what we said, which was go on to other platforms and gain an audience.
Do it yourself until you get to show what
you
the
just don't
fuck
want to hear it because that's hard.
It's not easy.
That's a lot harder. Yeah. It is a lot harder. Speaking of somebody who's done stuff like that, it's way harder. But you're going up against them, and they can't do it. I'm not saying that somebody won't be able to. If you're really, really good, you have a really great idea, you still probably can. I'm not saying you can't. But what I'm saying is it's a much more challenging environment than it was a few years ago.
Here's another person who replied to this, said, I worked at a major studio, and I saw Netflix cancel a project that was about to go into full production. The huge amount of artwork and cool animation tests, and all of it was for nothing. Huge shame it happens is bleak. And this guy said that they were basically weeding people out. They were having them do tests, and whoever, they got hired, but then they're like, yeah, we need to thin out the herd a little bit. We're going to test you guys, and we're going to keep who's the best. This person says, it's not surprising if you're looking at what's going on with the parent company. I was let go in June. Others are saying tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what my understanding was from the person I talked to
We
was it was
alluded to it in another video.
yeah, it was
We knew
Ninja
it was
Turtles.
we knew that was
Yeah,
coming.
and Titmouse was doing it. Great team, hang in there. What's going on with the parent company? And they're talking about everything with the sale of Paramount to Skydance, and I can almost guarantee you, given that the head of animation's out too, that Skydance Animation is going to be handling all this stuff, and it's probably going to be John Lasseter, probably. But this guy was associated with the Turtles too. He worked on the Mutant Mayhem movie. But yeah, it's all over the place. This come from Cartoon Brew just a couple of days ago. When the animation work slowed, Animaniacs showrunner Gabe Swar built his game studio. Like many, oh my God, guys. Sounds like Clownfish TV. What a bunch of Nazis. Like many animation veterans navigating a tough job market, Gabe Swar has been using his downtime to build something of his own. The Animaniacs and El Tigre vet has spent the last few years pivoting from animation to game development, forming his own indie studio, Gabaco Games, and releasing small handcrafted titles. So, they're doing their own stuff now, and it's got to be humbling for these guys. I mean, imagine working on these like really high profile shows and getting, some of them are like Emmy award winning, showrunners, directors, whatever. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, your phone just doesn't ring anymore.
Right. If their phone's not ringing.
If their phone's not ringing, why do you think your phone's going to ring? Right.
I mean, the flip side is a lot of times when you get up there, they won't let you. It's not as easy to downgrade. Like they won't hire you for a grunt job when you've already surpassed that. So there's that too. So some people might still have a chance, but it's just that, we told you guys this was kind of happen. We told you guys you might want to pivot.
Yeah. And we're seeing more and more of this. Like I said, we've got, people that were in the industry for years, like having to sell their personal shit because they're like, I can't get work. And I live in LA. It is very expensive and it's not getting better. And meanwhile, you, if you have not committed to moving to LA, you're in a much better position to move somewhere else. It's cheaper and just build your own stuff from the ground up.
Which I said months ago.
And if they want you, they'll come find you, or you can do the legwork and you can go try to, get a deal yourself. But that's going to be the new normal. The new normal is you're going to have to DIY it and let them come to you, or get somebody to pimp your stuff to Netflix or something. Like you can get on Netflix, but they're not going to pay for it, right?
No, you're going to have to pay for it, and they might carry it. Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to get co-financing. You might have to get some business sense. I know artists really hate hearing about money. They like to bitch about it when they don't get any, but they don't like to talk about it. The reality is, and I was thinking about this the other day, there are some really fantastic artists that you've never heard of, and you've never heard of them because as amazing as they are, they didn't have the marketing chops, right? The people that you hear of, maybe they weren't the best. A lot of people are like, well, why is Thomas Kincaid so popular? Why is Charles Schultz so popular? He can't draw for beans. Marketing, PR. Mm-hmm. You know who he is. You know the characters. You can be the best artist in the world, but if nobody knows who you are, it doesn't matter in commercial art.
Clownfish TV sucks, but at least you've heard of us.
At least you've heard of us. Yeah, and you know what? If you've heard of us, other people have heard of us too. And a lot of people have heard of us. I'm just saying. So thank you for that. Thank you for helping us. But that's what it's going to be about going forward. It is going to be, you have to have a quality thing, but just having a quality thing does not guarantee you success. No. You can have something that's maybe not as good, it's not as polished, but everybody's heard of it and it's clearly popular, and you can take those numbers to the studio and be like, look, I got like 10 million subscribers. People really love this stuff I'm doing. So, can we do something? And they're just going to look at the numbers and be like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you're a safer bet. Yeah.
Much safer bet, even though they might look at it and be like, yeah, I don't get this shit at all. But, all these kids watching brain rot, yeah, they love it. So here you go. But yeah, you just go out, again, any of these animation career. How can I get closer to my dream of becoming an animator? 3 hours ago. A warning to students. This could be a blip in the timeline, but my day job is to help students prep for graduation, getting a job. I want to see them land on their feet and become successful. I am not personally in the industry myself. I do keep an eye out for all art-related internships every year, including jobs within the animation field. This year has been shocking to me as multiple studios, including Nickelodeon and Disney, have pulled their artistic internships. If it was just one, I wouldn't really bat an eye, but multiple big, hold on, this just got posted a couple of days ago. Multiple big and medium studios are pulling their internships because they know there's not going to be a need.
Disney's pulling because they get free labor.
Yeah, right.
Well, they probably have to pay in those kind of interns, but yeah.
Disclaimer, I want to be explicit. I am a career advisor. I do not teach students. I merely connect and advise them about career opportunities within their field. One of the tracks of students I work with study animation as a portion of their degree, but it's broad enough they'll probably be fine by applying for jobs outside of animation. I would advise that for other art students out there to consider as well. This is merely a post to point out that I have not seen these studios pull internships completely in over 10 years. The times that has occurred while I was a recruiter in a different artistic industry usually spelled trouble.
Yeah, it spells trouble. And we were telling you, now the recruiters are telling you, hey guys, probably not a good time to do animation. Shocker. We were telling you this for like a couple of years now, at least a year, more than a year. We've been telling you, and you will not believe the crap we have gotten and the comments made about us and everything else. And it's all just like we said.
So this guy's pushing back here, and the OP pushes back. This is why they hate us so much, Geeky. This is why they hate us, because we're older Gen X, and we're telling you what's going on, and we're telling you what we're hearing from other people.
They don't want to hear it. Negativity and honesty are not the same thing.
Not a student, but also frustrating on the work side of things, going to school for several years, working hard, sleepless nights, finally getting a job for a short time, feeling like things were going right and everything paid off, and then nothing. Was all the work, struggle, and sacrifice for nothing. My brain keeps thinking. Mind you, I'm on antidepressants. These are the people that attack us, because I get it. I get it. I mean, you trained for this for your whole life. You wanted this your whole life.
They've been there.
Your whole life. And then when it's your turn, it's not there anymore.
Yeah, we've been there. We get it. We're not like, that's why we're trying to give you a heads up and possible solutions, because we've been there.
But it's not my damn fault that the industry cratered.
No,
it's not my fault.
If you had your head up out of your butt, you would have seen it coming.
Don't think it'll be forever, but I will definitely work again. But I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. All I can do is look for a regular 9-to-5 job. And that is like kryptonite to a lot of these people. They don't want to work a 9-to-5. They think that's what they're going to do for the rest of their lives. And I'm like, as a guy who's been in different industries, like, it's a season in your life. And sometimes you don't see how things connect. And you might work a completely unrelated field, but that experience, you might be able to bring that into a creative endeavor later. Mm-hmm. A lot of the earliest creators, Carl Barks was a farmer, for God's sake, but they bring that skill set with them. They bring those experiences with them, and they talk about and create things from that place. Or you just learn work ethic, or you become more grateful for the position when you finally get the job you want, because you're like, yeah, I don't want to go back to working at McDonald's. So, I'm not going to bitch as much about this job because it's better than McDonald's. But the OP says, for practical advice, get some feedback if you can from artists who are in the industry who are willing to not sugarcoat. That's
like
very
we
important.
did?
For emotional advice, you're not alone in this feeling. I'm watching some of my genuinely talented students being overworked and crushed by this. I'm frustrated. I can't outright say the stuff I'm saying on here to them, but I do tell them they have skills that are very employable in multiple fields outside of animation. I 100% believe you're all destined for great things. Don't let a corporation get you down. The fact that you have this skill is amazingly impressive. Yeah, it's... you're not all going to be replaced with machines. I mean, they're going to, again, we talked about this in another video. The weakest links are going to be replaced with machines. But if your attitude is, I went to school, I'm owed a job, then you're sunk before you even begin. Mm-hmm. Like, you're done.
And that's not your industry. That's across the board.
Yeah, it's across the board, but it's all over the place now, guys. I mean, it is what it is. But there we go. Not looking good. I'm sorry. I really am. Not our fault. Please focus on making your own stuff, right? I even if I don't like your stuff, I wish you well. I really do. So we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.